YNI podcast. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the YNI podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so happy to have you here with us today. How are you doing, everyone? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday.
Hey there, friends. It's Walter here. And wow, Sarah, you are very energetic today. Did you drink 3 cups of coffee this morning?
Maybe 2. But honestly, I am just excited. We have a really fun topic today. But before we start, I want to say something important to all our listeners. If you are learning English, please relax. Don't try to translate every single word in your head. Just listen. Let the words flow into your ears. It is okay if you don't understand everything. The goal is to get used to the sound of natural conversation. So take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and just enjoy the chat.
That is great advice. Seriously, guys, don't stress. Learning English should be fun, not scary. Think of this podcast like hanging out with friends at a coffee shop. We're just chatting. So grab your tea, your coffee, or your water, and let's get started.
Exactly. So, Walter, do you know what our topic is today?
Well, I saw the title. It says embarrassing moments. Oh no, I'm already feeling nervous. Why did you choose this topic, Sarah? Do you want to make me feel shy?
No, not at all. But yes, today we are talking about embarrassing moments. You know, those times when you make a mistake and your face turns red and you just want to hide under a table.
Oh, I know that feeling very well. I think I'm the king of embarrassing moments. I have so many stories.
Really? The king? We will see about that. But first, let's explain for our listeners. What is an embarrassing moment?
Okay, so an embarrassing moment is when you do something silly or wrong and other people see it. You feel awkward, you feel shy, you wish you could disappear. For example, maybe you walk into a glass door because you were looking at your phone. Bang! Everyone looks at you. That is an embarrassing moment.
Yes. Or maybe you wave hello to someone, but they're not waving at you. They're waving to the person behind you, and you just stand there with your hand in the air. So awkward.
Oh, that is the worst. I hate that. But you know, these moments happen to everyone, even famous people, even teachers, even podcast hosts like us.
Absolutely. It's part of being human. And actually, these stories are usually very funny later. When we look back, we can laugh. So, Walter, are you ready to share some of your king stories?
I'm scared, but okay, let's do it. But you go first, Sarah. I need to warm up.
Okay, fair enough. Let me think. Oh, I have a classic one. It happened last year. I was at the supermarket. You know, the big grocery store near my house?
Yes, I know it.
So I was walking down the aisle, I was looking for milk, and I saw a man who looked exactly like my cousin Tom. He had the same jacket, the same hair, everything. So I walked up to him, tapped his shoulder, and said, "Hey, Tom, long time no see."
Oh no, was it Tom?
No, it was not Tom. The man turned around and he was a complete stranger. He looked very confused. He said, "Excuse me, who is Tom?"
Oh no, what did you do?
I was so embarrassed. My face went hot. I just said, "Oh, sorry, you look like my cousin." And then I quickly walked away. I pretended to look at the cereal boxes for 10 minutes just to hide my face.
That is hilarious. Poor guy. He probably thought, who is this crazy woman? But hey, at least you didn't hug him.
True. I almost hugged him. That would have been worse. Okay, Walter, your turn. Give me your best story.
All right, here's one. This happened when I was in university. I was in a very quiet library. You know, the place where you cannot make any noise. Shh.
Yes, the silent zone.
Exactly. I was studying for a big exam. I was very tired. I had not slept much. So I put my head down on the desk for just 1 minute, just a quick nap. But I fell asleep and I started to snore.
Wait, what? You snored in the library?
Yes, And not a small snore, a loud snore, honk, shh, like a duck. Suddenly, I woke up because everyone was looking at me. There were maybe 20 people staring at me. The librarian was standing there with her finger on her lips, saying, shh.
Oh my goodness, Walter, that is terrible. I can imagine the scene. You woke up, confused, with drool on your face?
Maybe a little drool, yes. I wanted to die. I packed my books so fast. I ran out of the library. I didn't study anymore that day. I was too ashamed.
That is a classic oops moment. But it happens. Being tired is normal.
Thanks for making me feel better, Sarah. But wait, I have another one. This one is about technology. Do you ever send a message to the wrong person?
Oh yes, all the time. It's so easy to make a mistake on WhatsApp or Instagram.
So last month, I was complaining about my boss. Well, not complaining badly, but I was saying, my boss is so strict today. He gave me so much work. I meant to send this message to my friend, Mike.
Let me guess. You sent it to your boss.
Yes, I sent it directly to my boss, Mr. Johnson. I realized it 2 seconds later. My heart stopped. Boom, boom, boom. I tried to delete it, but it was too late. He had already read it.
Oh no! What did he say?
He replied with one emoji, a smiling face. Just a smile.
That's scary. A smiling face can mean anything. Maybe he was angry. Maybe he was laughing.
I don't know. I was nervous for the rest of the week, but actually the next day he was nice to me. Maybe he understood, or maybe he just forgot. But I learned my lesson. Now I always check the name before I hit send.
Good lesson. Always check the name. Technology is helpful, but it can also be dangerous for our social life.
Very true. So, Sarah, what about you? Do you have a technology fail story?
Let me think. Oh, I have a funny one. It's about singing. Do you like singing, Walter?
I love singing. In the shower. Only in the shower.
Same here. So one day I was walking in the park. I had my headphones on. I was listening to my favorite pop song. You know that song Rollin' in the Deep by Adele?
Yes, powerful song.
I was feeling the music. I started singing along, loudly. I thought nobody can hear me because I have headphones. But my headphones were not connected to my phone. The battery was dead.
Oh no, so you were singing to the empty air?
Worse, I was singing to a group of people sitting on a bench nearby. An old couple and a young mother with a baby. They were all staring at me. I was singing, "We could have had it all," with full emotion, and they were just watching me.
Did you stop?
I didn't realize until the song ended. Then I saw their faces. The baby started crying. I think I scared the baby. I just took off my headphones, smiled awkwardly, and kept walking. I walked very fast.
That is amazing. You have good lungs, Sarah. But next time, check the battery.
Definitely. Check the battery. Okay, let's talk about another common situation. Have you ever forgotten someone's name?
Oh, this is my biggest fear. I'm bad with names. I meet someone and 5 seconds later, I forget.
Me too. It is so rude, but it happens. Last week, I met a new neighbor. She was very nice. We talked for 10 minutes. Then I wanted to say goodbye. I said, "It was nice meeting you, friend?"
You called her friend?
Yes, I panicked. I couldn't remember her name. Was it Anna, Alice, Amy? I didn't know. So I just said, "Have a nice day," and ran inside my house.
That is a smart escape. I usually try to trick people. I ask, "How do you spell your name again?" hoping they will say it. But sometimes they say, "It's just Bob, B-O-B," and then I still forget.
Poor Bob. Well, names are difficult, especially in English. There are so many similar names.
True. Now let's talk about something physical. Have you ever fallen down in public?
Yes, unfortunately. I tripped over my own feet once. I was walking on the sidewalk. The ground was flat. There was nothing there, but my foot caught on nothing and I stumbled. I didn't fall completely, but I did a weird dance to stay balanced. Arms waving, legs jumping.
Like a chicken?
Yes, like a confused chicken. And a group of teenagers saw me. They didn't help, they just laughed.
Teenagers can be mean, but did you laugh too?
I had to. If I didn't laugh, I would cry. So I laughed and said, "Nice moves, right?"
That is the best way to handle it. If you laugh at yourself, other people will laugh with you, not at you. It breaks the tension.
Exactly. It is called laughing it off.
Ah, good phrase. Laugh it off. It means you make a joke about your mistake, so it is not so serious.
Yes, it helps you feel better. Now, Walter, I have a question. Have you ever had a stomach problem in a quiet place? You know, when your tummy makes noise?
Oh, please, no, don't ask me that.
Come on, everyone has this problem.
Okay, yes. Once I was in an elevator, just me and one other person, a very serious-looking businessman in a suit. It was completely silent. You could hear a pin drop, and suddenly, grrr, my stomach made a huge noise, like a lion.
No.
Yes, the man looked at me. I looked at him. I said, "Sorry, I'm hungry." He didn't say anything. He just looked at the floor numbers. It was the longest 30 seconds of my life.
Oh, Walter, that is so relatable. Our bodies betray us sometimes.
They do. So, Sarah, we have talked about many things. Wrong messages, snoring, singing, falling, stomach noises. Is there anything else?
One more, the wave back mistake. I mentioned it earlier, but I have a specific story. I was at the mall. I saw a woman waving at me from across the hall. She was smiling. I smiled back and waved enthusiastically. I even said, "Hi."
And
she walked past me. She was waving to her friend behind me. I was left standing there, waving to nobody. People around me were watching. I slowly lowered my hand and pretended I was stretching my arm.
oh, yes, just stretching. Nothing to see here.
Exactly. It is so painful. Your confidence goes to zero.
I call that an oops moment. It's a sudden realization that you made a mistake.
Yes, an oops moment. It's a cute way to say it. It sounds less serious than disaster.
True. So, listeners, do you have these moments? We want to know. Please write to us on our social media. Tell us your most embarrassing story. We might read it in the next episode.
Yes, please share. We promise not to judge. We will only laugh kindly.
Okay, Sarah, before we finish, let's do our vocabulary section. We used some good words today. Let's review them for our learners.
Great idea. First word, embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Adjective. It means you feel shy, uncomfortable, or ashamed because you did something silly or wrong. Example, I felt embarrassed when I forgot his name.
Next word, awkward.
Awkward. Adjective. It describes a situation that is uncomfortable or strange. You don't know what to do or say. Example, the silence in the elevator was awkward.
Third word, tripped.
Tripped. Verb. Past tense of trip. It means you hit your foot on something and almost fall or actually fall. Example, I tripped over the carpet.
Fourth word, snore.
Snore. Verb. To make a loud breathing noise while you are sleeping. Example, my husband snores very loudly.
And fifth word, enthusiastically.
Enthusiastically. Adverb. It means you do something with a lot of energy and excitement. Example, she waved enthusiastically at her friend.
Excellent. Those are very useful words. Now let's move to the idiom section. We promised some idioms about embarrassment.
Yes, first idiom, put your foot in your mouth.
This is a funny image, but it doesn't mean you literally put your foot in your mouth. It means you said something inappropriate, rude, or embarrassing by mistake, like Walter sending the message to his boss.
Exactly. I really put my foot in my mouth when I criticized the food to the chef.
Second idiom, red as a tomato.
This describes how you look when you are embarrassed. Your face turns red, like a ripe tomato. Example, when she realized her mistake, she turned red as a tomato.
Third idiom, laugh it off.
We mentioned this earlier. It means to treat a mistake or embarrassing situation as a joke. You don't let it upset you. You laugh to make it less serious. Example, he spilled coffee on his shirt, but he laughed it off.
Fourth idiom, break the ice.
This one is slightly different. It means to say or do something to make people feel more relaxed in a social situation, usually at the beginning of a meeting or party. If you tell a funny, embarrassing story about yourself, it can break the ice. It helps people connect.
Yes, sharing vulnerabilities helps. And finally, the fifth idiom, oops moment.
This is not a traditional old idiom, but it is very common in modern English. An oops is the sound you make when you make a small mistake. So an oops moment is a small accident or error. It's lighthearted. Example, sending that text was a total oops moment.
Perfect. So we have put your foot in your mouth, red as a tomato, laugh it off, break the ice, and oops moment. Try to use these in your conversations this week.
Challenge accepted, listeners. Use one idiom and tell us how it went.
Wow, time flies when you're talking about embarrassing stories. We're almost at the end of our episode.
I had a lot of fun, Sarah, even though I remembered my painful memories.
Me too. But I want to leave our listeners with a positive message.
Please do.
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has embarrassing moments. It's normal. It's part of life. If you never make a mistake, it means you're not trying anything new. So don't be afraid.
That is very true. And specifically for English learners, don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to make grammar mistakes. Don't be afraid to pronounce words wrongly. These are just oops moments.
Yes, if you say the wrong word, just laugh it off. Correct yourself and keep going. People are usually very kind. They appreciate that you are trying.
Exactly. Your accent is beautiful because it shows your journey. Your mistakes are proof that you are learning. So be brave, speak up, make those oops moments, and then laugh about them.
Beautifully said, Walter. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, everyone, for listening to YNI Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our chat.
If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend who is also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.
Next week, we will talk about, maybe travel disasters or funny food experiences. What do you think, Sarah?
Ooh, travel disasters sounds exciting. I have many stories about missing trains.
Oh, I can't wait. Listeners, get ready for more stories.
Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep listening.
See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care.